Hi everyone, it's me, Spring, the fiber enthusiast, and welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be doing the wrap that you've seen. Now it is called Kindness in Norwood. There's a little story behind that, and I'll get to that story probably at the end of the video. All right, so what did I use for that beautiful purple ombre wrap? I used Premier Just Yarn, and it is a worsted value ombre, and the color was eggplant ombre. Now the suggested crochet hook size for a 4x4 square of 12 single crochets and 15 rows was an I hook, I9 5.5 millimeter. I did use a 5.5 millimeter for this particular wrap. You'll also need at least a stitch marker just to kind of, put at the end of your row. And if you use more than that for marking the pattern repeats, by all means, you're going to need more stitch markers, a pair of scissors, and a darning needle to sew in your ends, of course. All right, so let's go over a few of the details I have for you here. I ordered 2 of these skeins of yarn. Each one was 612 yards. I used a total of 936 yards for my wrap. The wrap is 24 inches from neck to waist, so from top down, and from fingertip to fingertip, it is 67.5 inches. So 2 feet by a little over 5 feet. Now, for this, it is a 20 stitch repeat plus 1. So when you're chaining, you're going to add 1 more after you've reached how many ever chains in multiples of 20 stitches you would like. Now, I chained 200 plus 1, so 201 stitches, and that gave me 10 repeats of this pattern. Now, the complete wrap itself, it is 13 rows of repeating pattern rows with a 7-row border. Now, I repeated those 13 rows 3 times. You can do less, you can do more, you could turn it into a whole afghan if you so choose. That is completely up to you. Now, I did go and do a single crochet around the wrap itself, just on the 3 sides, and you can do that if you choose as well. All right, so now that we have the basic information, we're going to go ahead and get started. So you're going to chain in multiples of 20 plus 1. That plus 1 is your turning chain because our first row is a row of single crochets. So repeating row 1 is single crochet. Once you have, let me zoom in and I'll show you where my placement is. Once you have your chains, I turn my chain so I can see the back bumps of my chain. And I'm going to single crochet into that second bump. So there's 1 and there's 2. And I'm just going to reach back and single crochet into that second bump. I call it the spine of my chain. And then I'm going to place 1 single crochet in every stitch across. So repeating row 1 is a single crochet in every stitch across. And at the end, you should have multiples of 20. So I had 201 chains. I will have 200 single crochets. Now, everything I'm doing with you today is going to be in a smaller swatch of 2 repeats. So here we are. I am getting ready to start the third repeat of the pattern. So as I said, row 1 is a single crochet in every stitch. So I'm just going to chain 1 for my turning chain, which I have already done. And I'm going to single crochet into each and every stitch across, making sure that at the end of this, I have the same number of stitches that I started with. So in my case, I would have 200 stitches, 200 single crochets. Once you've reached the end, I'll meet back up with you and we'll do repeating row 2. Repeating row 2 is just as simple as row 1. You are going to either chain up 2 or 3. Your next row is just double crochets. So however you would typically start and feel most comfortable, whether it's a chain 1 and double crochet back into the stitch, or you chain 2 and that's your first double crochet, or you do like I do and do a mock double crochet. That is what we are going to do. Now I know that this is not everybody's cup of tea, but it is something I do. So I'm going to show you, and I'm going to go real slow for this first one. And that way, if you decide that you want to use the mock double crochet, you'll know how to do it. So I just pull up a loop to the height of a double crochet, and I place my finger on that loop. Now I can slide it back and forth from end to end, but when I go to turn it around my hook, I'm holding it tight enough that it's not slipping like this around the hook. Okay, now I'm going to bring my hook up and over that loop, holding the loop up and over that loop, down and under it and back up. So that gives you the appearance of 2 loops on your hook. Now you're going to bring your hook and place it into that stitch, yarn over, and pull up a loop. So now we have the appearance of 3 loops on our hook, just like a double crochet. Now we're going to double crochet, yarn over, go through 2, still holding that little loop because that is the top of your stitch. You're going to yarn over and now go through the last 2. And you'll see that this is now the top of a double crochet. That loop right there. So that is how I do a mock double crochet. Now you're just going to simply place 1 double crochet into each and every stitch to the end of your row, ensuring that you have the same number of stitches as the previous row. So in my case, for my wrap, it was a total of 200 double crochets. Once I've reached the end of my swatch here, I will meet back up with you and we will work repeating row 3. All right, for repeating row 3, we're going to chain 1, turn your work over, single crochet into that very first stitch, chain 2, 1 and 2. You're going to skip your next 2 double crochets, and then we're going to go into the space between that last skipped double crochet and the next stitch. So we're going into the space in between, not into a stitch, but in between those double crochets. So we skip 1, 2 and go into that space and single crochet. Chain 2, you're going to repeat this all the way down until you have 3 stitches left. Skip 1, 2 and go into the space and single crochet. When you get to the end and you have 3 stitches left, 1, 2, 3, you're going to skip 2 and single crochet into the top of your very last stitch. I'll meet up with you at the end of row 3 and we will begin row 4. All right, to finish up, as I said, finishing up row 3, you're going to chain 2, skip 2, and single crochet into that last stitch. All right, moving on to row 4. I'm going to do a mock double crochet. So we need a double crochet into our very first stitch. And then in every chain 2 space, you're going to place 2 double crochets. Skipping the single crochets, just working into the chain 2 spaces, placing 2 double crochets into each of those. When you get to the end, you will place 2 double crochets into that chain 2 space and 1 double crochet into the very last stitch. You will still have the same number of stitches as you started with. I'll meet up with you at the end of row 4 and we will begin row 5. All right, row 5 and 6 are exactly the same. We're going to chain 1, turn our work over, and place a single crochet in the first stitch. And then you're going to place a double crochet in the next stitch and repeat. Single crochet in the next and double crochet in the following. Your last stitch should be a double crochet. Then you're going to chain 1, turn your work over for row 6 and repeat the exact same thing. Single crochet in the first stitch, double crochet in the next stitch, and repeat to the end of the row. You should have the same number of stitches as you started with. After you have finished row 6, I'll meet back up with you for row 7. All right, row 7, you're going to chain 1, turn your work, single crochet into the very first stitch, and then 1 single crochet in every stitch to the end of the row. You should still have the same number of stitches that you started with. I'll meet up with you for row 8. All right, for row 8, we are going to start with a double crochet into our very first stitch. We're going to start our fillet section. So I'm going to mock double crochet into that very first stitch. You chain up or do your starting double crochet however you like. Place a stitch marker into the top of that stitch. And now I'm going to chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. You're going to work that all the way until you have 1 stitch remaining at the end. I'll meet up with you at the end of row 8, and we will work through the end together and move on to row 9. All right, so here we are at the last stitch of row 8. We are just simply going to place a double crochet into that last stitch. No chaining, just go from your last fillet box. So chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next, and then 1 double crochet into the very last stitch. Now we're going to work a double crochet into the very first stitch of row 9. So I'm mock double crocheting into that very first stitch, and I'm going to place 1 double crochet into the very next stitch. Then I need 2 fillet boxes. So chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. That gives us our 2 fillet boxes. All right. Next up, we're going to place 1 double crochet in each of the next 12 stitches. That includes your chain 1s. So 1 double crochet into each of the next 12 stitches. 1 into the chain 1 space and 1 into the double crochet stitch. Okay, so here are my 12 stitches, and all we did was close up these windows. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 now with solid double crochets above them. And you see how we have 2 windows here. We're going to create 3 windows now. So chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. So there's my 3 windows. Now I'm going to place 1 double crochet into each of the next 12 stitches. So I'm going to be closing up these windows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. That leaves me with 2 windows left. You will have 2 open windows, open fillet boxes at the end of the row. So I'm going to go through this with you. We're going to place 1 double crochet in each of the next 12 stitches. Your repeat for your pattern, once you get started going, it will be working the 3 open windows and then 1 double crochet in each of the next 12 stitches. And then repeat. All right, so I have my 3 windows, 1 double crochet in next 12 stitches, and then that brings me down to the end of my row where I have 2 windows. I'm going to finish up with 1 chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into that last stitch, and that completes the row. Again, you repeat once you get past your first 2 stitches. 1 double crochet back to back, then you begin your pattern. You're going to have 2 open windows, 1 double crochet in each of the next 12 stitches, and then 3 open windows. So chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next, and you'll have 3 open windows. And then you're repeating 1 double crochet in each of the next 12 stitches. And you're going to continue that 3 windows, 12 stitches, 3 windows, 12 stitches. You're going to repeat that over and over till you get to the end where you have 2 windows left. You will then place 2 windows to complete your row. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Let's begin repeating row 10. We're going to place a mock double crochet into our very first stitch. I'm going to replace my stitch marker. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. You have 2 windows. Now we need to chain 4 and skip 5. So we're going to chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to skip the next 5 stitches, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, And into the 6th, we're going to place a chain 2 V-stitch. So we're going to go in and double crochet, chain 2, and go back into that same stitch and double crochet. Then you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4, and we're going to skip over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches again, and into that 6th stitch, we're going to place a double crochet. And now we're going to create those 3 open windows. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. Then we're going to repeat that. Chain 4, chain 2, V-stitch, chain 4. We're going to repeat that. And you're going to continue to repeat those 3 windows and this section here over and over again until you get to the end of your row. So here we go. We're going to chain 4. This is your repeat again. You're going to skip 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And into the 6th, you're going to place a chain 2 V-stitch. So double crochet, chain 2, and double crochet all into the same stitch. Then chain 4, skip 5, and double crochet into the next. And then you would repeat your 3 open windows and continue to repeat that over and over again. Once you've come to the end of the row, you have 2 windows and then those 2 double crochets side by side. So we're just going to follow suit. We're going to chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. And then 1 double crochet into that very last stitch. Just like such. Now we're going to turn our work and move on to row 11. For row 11, you're going to place a double crochet in each of the first 2 stitches. Then you're going to chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next 2 times. So here we are, 2 double crochets side by side, and then 2 open windows. Now we need to chain 6 and single crochet to the chain 2 space of that V-stitch. You're just going to continue to repeat this. So chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Skip over your chain 4, that double crochet, and single crochet to your chain 2 space. Chain 6. Skip the next double crochet, the next chain 4, and place a double crochet into the next stitch. Then you need to create your 3 windows and then begin repeating. So chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next, a total of 3 times. Here's 1, here's 2, and here's 3. And then you're going to repeat the chain 6, single crochet to your chain 2 space, chain 6, and double crochet in the stitch after your chain 4 space. So here we go, chain 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, single crochet to the chain 2, chain 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, skipping over the double crochet in the chain 4 and double crochet into that next stitch. We now need our last 2 windows, so we're going to chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next 2 times to complete row 11. All right, turn your work over and we will begin row 12. All right, for row 12, we're going to begin with a double crochet into that very first stitch. Then we're going to chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. For 1, chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. For 2, chain 1, skip 1, so skipping 1, and double crocheting into the next. For 3, chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. For 4, we now have 4 windows. Now chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to skip the next 4 stitches and work a double crochet into the next. 1, 2, 3, 4. Work a double crochet into the next. And then chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, chain 4, skip 4, 1, 2, 3. And now we need to continue with these next 3 windows. So chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next, matching up those windows from the row below to this row. And then we're just repeating. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Over that chain 6. Then you're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Skip 1, 2, 3, 4, and double crochet into the next. I'll do a brief overview of this at the end of the row. I'll show you one more time. Chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. And then when you come down to the end and you have 1 stitch remaining, you will place a double crochet into that stitch. All right, so what we're doing is we're filling back in these open spaces that we created with that chain 6. We're just filling those in. On the next row, we will completely fill them in and have yet another row of filet crochet. So we had started with 4 windows down here at this end. 1, 2, 3, 4. Chain 4, skip 4, and then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 windows. Chain 4, skip 4, and continued on 1, 2, 3, 4, and you would have 5, 6, 7, and then you would repeat. So this just kind of gives you an idea. We're just filling in. The only difference is we are placing double crochet filet boxes into those chain 6s. Hopefully that made sense. If you need any extra help, by all means, please ask and I will be more than happy to help you with that. All right, so for row 13, the last of our repeating pattern rows for the main body of this. We're going to turn our work over, double crochet into that very first stitch. 1 double crochet into your next stitch. Chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. We're going to do that all the way to our chain 4. So chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, and double crochet into the next. Chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next. Chain 1 and just double crochet to your chain around or to your chain 4. Chain 1 and skip over to your next stitch and place a double crochet into it. And you're just going to continue repeating that. The only difference on this row is you're placing 1 double crochet into that chain 4 space along the way. So we're closing or putting windows, should I say, across the whole entire row, like you did at the beginning of this fillet pattern. So chain 1, skip 1, double crochet into the next, and repeat until you get to your chain 4. When you get to the chain 4, you're just going to chain 1 and double crochet to your chain 4 space. Now the nature of filet crochet is it will draw in a little bit. So when you place a border on the sides of the wrap, it will help straighten it out and make it a little bit more symmetrical. I'll kind of show you here in just a moment before we move on to the bottom border of this wrap, which is another 7 rows. Beginning row 1 for our border, we are simply going to place a double crochet into our very first stitch. You may do that however you feel comfortable. I will be doing my mock double crochet. Now we're going to switch up our fillet boxes just a hair. We are going to chain 1, 2. We're going to skip 2, 1, 2, and we're going to double crochet into the next. Chain 1, 2, skip 2, and double crochet into the next. And that is your repeat to the end of the row. Chain 2, skip 2, and double crochet into the next. Some you will be crocheting into the chain spaces, and some you will be crocheting into the top of the stitch, all depending on where you are in the repeat. So chain 2, skip 2, 1, 2, double crochet into the next. You're going to continue that to the end of the row. I'll meet up with you for row 2 of our border. All right, let's begin row 2 of our border. We're going to begin with a double crochet into the very first stitch. Then we're going to chain 4 and skip 3. So chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. You're going to skip your chain 2 and the next stitch and place 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space. So we're skipping 1, 2, 3, and into the chain 2 space, we're placing 2 single crochets. Now we're going to chain 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we're going to skip the next 2 windows. So we're skipping 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 stitches. And into the next chain 2 space, we're going to place 2 single crochets. And then we're going to repeat chain 9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Skip the next 7 stitches. 7. And then into the chain 2 space, we're going to place 2 single crochets. Chain 9. Skip 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Into the next chain 2 space, you're going to place 2 single crochets. Now we're coming down here to the end, and you'll notice that you have 2 windows left. We're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're going to skip over the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stitches, and into your very last stitch, we're going to place a double crochet. Row 3 of our repeating rows, we're going to chain 1, turn your work, and single crochet back into that first stitch. Then we're going to place 6 single crochets into this chain 7 space. And now we're going to begin our repeat. You're going to place 1 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. And then you're going to place 11 single crochets into the next chain space. And you're going to repeat that all the way down until we get to our last chain space and stitch. Once you have finished, I will meet back up with you at this point here. So 11 single crochets into your chain spaces, and then 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches between the chain spaces. Go ahead and repeat that to the end of your row for row 3 of the border. All right, once you've reached the end down here, you are going to place 5 single crochets into your last chain space and 1 single crochet into the final stitch of the row. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and then 1 into our very last stitch down here. There we go. All right, let's go ahead and turn our work over to begin row 4 of our border. Row 4 of our border, I'm going to give you 2 different options and explain the difference. And this is for your very first and last stitch of the row. So you're going to need 2 double crochets into the first stitch. Now, you can leave it at that, and your very last stitch of the row will be that double crochet. Personally, I like to give a little flare, just a little bit of a flare to show the difference between the border and the actual wrap. So what I've got here is we're going to chain 2 and put 2 more double crochets into that same stitch. So what it's doing is just kind of popping it out away from the work just a little bit. Now the rest of your end stitches will be worked from the center of that, so the chain 2 space. That's why I said you can do just 2 double crochets and omit that little bit of extra right here. It's a personal preference for me. You're welcome to do it how you would like to see it. So I will take a close-up picture of the edge of the work, of the border, and put it up now. So as you can see, it's just a slight little flare out of the stitch down in the border. All right, so next we're going to chain 2, 1, 2, and we're going to skip 10 stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Into the 11th stitch, we're going to place a treble crochet. Yarn over twice, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, go through 2, and continue till you are down to 1 loop left on your hook. Now you're going to chain 1 and treble crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1, and into the next stitch we're going to put all of the following: treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet, chain 1, and treble crochet. So all in that same stitch you will have 3 treble crochets. Each one has a chain 1 in between. All right, we're going to chain 1 and treble crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1 and treble into the next stitch. Then chain 2, skip 10, and into the 11th stitch we are going to place the following. We are going to place 2 double crochets, chain 2, and 2 double crochets all into the same stitch. And now we're going to repeat our previous little shell here. So we're going to chain 2, skip 10. And this is your repeat. Skip 10, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And into the 11th, we're going to place a treble crochet. Chain 1. Treble crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, and into the next stitch is where we do treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet, for a total of 3 treble crochets into that same stitch, all with chain 1s in between them. Then chain 1, treble crochet into the following stitch, chain 1, and treble crochet into the following stitch. Then we're going to chain 2, skip 10, and into the 11th is where we place our next little shell, which is the 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. So we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and into the 11th. So in this situation, I'm at the end of my row. I'm actually skipping 11 stitches, and I am going to place 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets into my very last stitch. Okay, so your repeats are chain 2, skip 10, place a treble crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, repeat, so treble crochet into the next stitch, chain 1. Into the following stitch, you have a treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet, chain 1, treble crochet. Chain 1, treble crochet into the next stitch, chain 1, treble crochet into the next stitch. Chain 2, skip 10, and into the 11th is where you place 2 double crochets, chain 2, 2 double crochets. That is your repeat. And you will repeat that all the way to the end, where you will skip 1 extra stitch and place your final either 2 double crochets or full shell, depending on your preference. Like I said, it just kind of gives it a little flare out. All right, so now we're going to turn our work and slip stitch back to the chain 2. Now, if you just had the 2 double crochets, you are going to single crochet into the very first stitch. For those of us that did a full shell, we're just going to slip stitch right over to our chain 2 space. You're going to place a single crochet into that chain 2 space. So chain 1 and single crochet. Just like that. All right, so next we are going to chain 1, and we're going to skip over to our first treble crochet. We're going to place 1 double crochet into that stitch. Into the chain 1 space, you're going to place 2 double crochets, and you're going to repeat that to the end of your treble crochet shell. So 1 double crochet into the next stitch and 2 double crochets into the chain 1 space. We're going to work that all the way over to the last treble crochet. All right, when you are done with that shell, you should have 19 double crochets across the top of that shell. Now we're going to chain 1 and single crochet to the chain 2 space in between those double crochets. So we're skipping this chain 2 space. We're skipping 2 double crochets. And we're going to single crochet into the chain 2 space, like such. Then you're going to chain 1, and we're going to jump over to those treble crochets and repeat what you just did, placing 1 double crochet in the first stitch and 2 double crochets into the chain 1 space. You're going to work that repeat all the way over. I'll meet up with you at that point. All right, now that I've made it down here to this last spot, I'm going to chain 1, and I'm just going to skip the chain 2 and single crochet into the last chain 2 space. Now, if you only had double crochets, you would single crochet into your very last stitch. So I'm just going to single crochet into that chain 2 space like that. And that kind of just gives it a little bit of a different dimension. So it's giving it something different look compared to the rest of the wrap. All right, from here, we are going to chain 1, turn our work, and single crochet back into the same stitch. Then you're going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and this is your repeat. We're going to be working into that very first double crochet, and we're going to do a cluster stitch. So we're going to yarn over. It's a 3 together double crochet cluster stitch. So yarn over, go into the first stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over and go through 2 loops only, and repeat that 2 more times. You now have a total of 4 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and go through all 4 loops. Chain 2. Skip 2 and repeat. Cluster. 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go through all 4, chain 2, skip 2, cluster into the next. You're going to repeat this all the way across the shell, and I'll meet up with you at the next joining section at our very last cluster stitch across this shell. All right, here we are at the last cluster. Just so that we can confirm, you should have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these cluster stitches. Each one will have a chain 2 in between. Now, from moving from this one to the next one, the only thing we're going to do is chain 1 after our last cluster stitch. We're going to skip over to our next double crochet. So we're skipping over the top of these chain 1s and single crochet, and we're going to work our cluster stitches once again. So we're joining this fan and our next fan, and we just repeat doing the 3 together cluster stitch, chain 2, skip 2, and repeat cluster stitch, and chain 2. Continue that until you have 7 clusters across each of your fans, your shells here, and in between you have a chain 1, and in between each of your clusters on the shells is a chain 2. When we get down to our very last spot, I'll meet up with you and show you what to do. All right, we're down here at our last cluster stitch. We are now going to chain 3, 1, 2, 3, and single crochet to our single crochet. Whether it was in a double crochet stitch row, or if you chose to work the chain 2s like I have here, your very last stitch is where you're going to place your single crochet. All right, we're going to chain 1 and turn our work over. So we're going to single crochet into that first stitch. You're going to single crochet into the chain space. We're going to skip over the cluster stitch, and we're going to place 2 single crochets into the next chain 2 space. So we're skipping over and placing 2 single crochets into that chain 2 space. Now we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and we're going to place 2 single crochets into our next chain 2 space. And this is our repeat across the fans. Chain 4, hop over your next cluster stitch and into the chain 2 space, place 2 single crochets. We're going to work that all the way over. 1, 2, 3, 4, hop over into the next 2 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, hop over and place 2 single crochets. 1, 2, 3, 4, hop over and 2 double crochet or 2 single crochets. All right, you should have at the end of your fan, we have our last cluster here, and then we jump to our next fan. So here you should have a total of 5 chain 4 spaces. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we're going to single crochet in between the next 2 clusters. No chaining at this point. We're just going to reach over in between the next 2 and place a single crochet. And you can see that it's between those shells, those big old fans at this point. And then we begin our repeat. We're going to jump over to the next chain 2 space and place 2 single crochets. Chain 4, hop over to your next chain 2 space and place 2 single crochets. We're going to continue to do this to the end of the row. I'll meet up with you at the last few stitches. All right, I have 1 cluster left. I have this chain 3 and this single crochet. So we're going to hop over the cluster, the chain 3, and place a single crochet into that last stitch, into the single crochet at the end of the row. All right, last row. We're going to chain 1 and turn our work. And I'm going to go over the fan with you, over this section here with you. I'm going to go down through the valley, and then you will repeat the fan. So here we go. We're going to chain 1, turn our work, single crochet back into that same stitch. We're going to place 1 single crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. Now into this chain 4, we're going to place 3 single crochets. Then we're going to do a picot of 4 chains. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. And I'm going to show you where I insert my hook to close up my picot. I go to the side of that single crochet and I pick up those 2 stitches. The 2 side stitches, I yarn over and pull through and through. That is for just this regular picot. Now I'm going to do 3 more single crochets into that very same chain 4. All right, so there is our first picot. I'm going to zoom back out. We're going to go through our next section, and then I will show you how I do another set of picots. All right, so on our next chain 4 loop, we are going to place 3 single crochets into our next chain 4 loop. So there's your 3. All right, into our next chain 4 loop, we are going to do a whole bunch of stuff, but I'm going to walk you through it. We are going to place a double crochet, At the top of this double crochet, we are now going to do a chain 4 picot. So chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. Come back down and into the side of the stitch, just as we did a single, we're going to do it into a double. We're going to create our picot. And now we need to place a total of 4 more double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, and 4. Now at the top of this stitch, we are going to do a line of picots. And these picots is going to be a total of 5 picots coming off the top of this stitch here. Now I'm going to show you a little bit closer how that is going to work. So we're going to start our first one, chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to drop down and go into the side of that double crochet, yarn over and pull up a loop, but do not finish with a slip stitch here. So we have 2 loops on our hook. Normally we would pull through and through. For this, we're going to single crochet right there. And I hold those 2 side stitches because that's where I'm going to be working into next, on the next picot. All right, so now we're going to 4 more picots to go. Chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. And go into the side of that stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Stop at that point and single crochet. Chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. Once again, go into the side of the stitch, pull up a loop, and single crochet. We've got 3, we need 2 more. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The side of the stitch. Pull up a loop. Don't finish it with a slip stitch. Finish it with a single crochet. 1 more. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single crochet. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 picots. Now we're going to double crochet back down into the same chain space, 5 double crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And at the top of the 5th, we're going to do another picot. 1, 2, 3, 4 into the side of the stitch. And here we go. All right. Into your next chain 4 loop, you're going to place 3 single crochets. 1, 2, 3. Into the next chain 4 loop, you're going to place a total of 3 single crochets, picot, 3 single crochets. So there's 1, 2, 3, picot, and 3 more single crochets. Okay, so we've made it across the top of the one fan, and we're going to move through the valley and go into the next fan. So you're repeating. We're going to go through and place 1 single crochet in each of the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 stitches. And that goes through your valley there. It's 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now we begin working across our next fan. We're now going to place 3 single crochets, 1, 2, 3, picot, and 3 more single crochets. Place 3 single crochets into your next chain 4 space. And now we're going to work that big loop down here with all those stitches into our next chain 4 space. So we are going to double crochet, create a picot, four more double crochets, now we're going to create that line of picots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, slip stitch, but stop before you completely slip stitch and single crochet it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Again, we need 5 of these picots at the very top. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 more to go. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now that we have our big line of 5 picots, we're going to go back down to that same loop and place 5 double crochets. There's 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we need a picot at the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now we're going to jump over to our next chain 4 and place 3 single crochets into the chain 4 space. And now we're at our last little bit here. We're going to go into the next chain 4 space and place 3 single crochets, picot, and 3 more single crochets. Now you're going to place 1 single crochet in your remaining stitches. So 1, 2, 3, 4 stitches. 1 single crochet in each of those. And at this point, you are now done. You have made it to the end. You're done with your border. You can cut away and block it. If you did a straight line over here and you did not add this extra and you did a straight line, you could start from here and evenly space single crochets all the way down, all the way down, all the way across, and all the way back up to the end of your very last row over here. Now, for me, as I said, I like to have that, just that little bit of extra dimension to it that sets it aside from the wrap. So I have a little bit of a extra there. So what I'm going to do here is cut away, and I'm going to drop down here to where my fillet is. This first row of the border, fillet border here, right there. I'm going to drop down to it, and I'm going to slip stitch to the first stitch, and then I will work my single crochets just to straighten out this fillet section, give it structure, work all the way around. And again, I will just slip stitch the very last stitch right here at the end of that fillet row, and then sew in my ends and block it. So that is it for Kindness in Norwood. And the story behind that is my mother wanted to come visit me, and her friend offered to watch her horse, my mother's horse, for her while she came to visit. So she's boarding my mom's horse for her and taking care of her. So that comes from Kindness in Norwood. Thank you all for being a part of this wrap. I hope that you enjoy it as much as I enjoyed designing it and the reason for designing it. Be blessed and be a blessing. Bye for now, everyone.